sacrifice something in order for you to get that particular thing. So over the weekend, I spent a lot of time with my sister, one of my young sisters, and we were just talking about making sacrifices. And one of the things she said, she was like, when I got my license, I went to Mutare to get my license. And Mutare license is the real license because every traffic light is a hill start. Everything is stop sign, hill start. Give way, hill start. So she's like, me, I've got the proper license. But she said in order to get her license, she had to sell her phone. Are you in a position to sell something or to give up something to get the thing that you want? She says, no, that's not money. And to go back to that day, didn't pay money. I was like, no. Let me do this thing by myself. So she sold her phone. And then it got me thinking, I have never had to sell anything or sacrifice. I can take my wig.
Are you and your wigs?
I'm and my wigs, guys. Let me sell my wigs and pay for something and raise money for it. I thank God I haven't been put in that position. Or to say, let me sell my shoes to do this. But I will find a way to get them. And but I'm sure I'm sacrificing something. I just haven't narrowed it down to what exactly it is that I'm sacrificing. So Uncle Billy is in the building, and we are talking all things making sacrifices, and we're going to hear from him how he's managed to make it in life this far, what he had to sacrifice and what it felt like, because I'm sure sacrificing is painful. Sacrifice ino-rwadza. So holla
Holla.
How you doing?
It's your boy George Billionaire.
In the building.
With none other.
Come on.
The one and only Norma.
Yes, sir.
An internationally known MC, Becky K. And of course the amazing pulsers tuned in from all over the world.
Absolutely.
Becky, it's great to be here on Monday. And as always, we're going to provoke. Certainly we will inspire. And you are going to definitely be equipped by the end of this program.
Absolutely.
It's great, Becky, to see that this is the agricultural show week.
Yeah. Busy
Today
week.
there was
Busy
a lot
week
of
ahead.
traffic. We were busy, of course, setting up affordable air cons in there for all those corporates who are hot.
Yeah.
And it just gets to show that in a country where many people are murmuring, complaining, saying business is bad, the number of exhibitors that are at this year's show is another new record. Because if you see, after the ZITF, there's the agricultural show, and then there's the other one held in Harare Drive. And it's amazing to see all of these are flourishing businesses actually in this country of Zimbabwe, which would always give people who are always there to speak lowly of the country some homework to do, to say, wait, if all these companies are going to exhibit, and by the way, you actually pay quite handsomely to go and exhibit.
Yeah.
If they are actually seeing the potential in this country where others see doom and nothing progressive happening, there are others who are really believing and seeing things progressively moving. And there's so many people out there who have nothing good to say about Zimbabwe, who are always, and I meet them all the time, and they are in this mindset that the president personally must give me startup capital. But like I've said before, the most dangerous disease on this planet is called poverty. And unfortunately, poverty resides in the mind. And the people who suffer from this disease don't see any good thing in anything, which is why they remain at the same place. And they are going to 10 years from now look back and still blame the current political party, the current government of the time. They're going to blame everybody else, but all they should have done is simply do this. All these amazing episodes we have on Hustle Hard, many have used them. They've started enterprises, they've started a side hustle, they've changed their mindset and reprogrammed themselves to say, nah, poverty, if it's a mindset thing, I must change the way I think, the way I talk, and the way I do specific things. And without that shift in mindset, they are always going to be murmuring, complaining, suffering from excusatitis, and always are going to be in that thing called poverty. So this week, I'm sure we're going to see it on news everywhere. So many people are exhibiting and making progress with their lives, yet you are there speaking and not taking action in any direction to change your life. Remember, 24 hours is for all of us,
Everybody.
but what you do with yours determines what your tomorrow will be.
Right.
So lack of taking action, lack of
That hit different
deliberately
today. I don't know
taking
why.
action and doing something. You know, 2-3 weeks back, it's amazing how I heard the president, some very great entrepreneurs in the country talking about how Zimbabwe is a place of so many problems, which means that there's so many opportunities. And only those who are willing to take those opportunities who actually harvest what those who don't take opportunities do. And I think this all stems from the mindset, Becky, that we grew up with, that you must go to school, so you must go to work, and you must earn a living. But in this time and moment where there are no jobs currently, this is not an African problem or a Zimbabwean problem, it's actually an international problem. You must then see a problem and actually create a solution. That's one way that you can actually break free, because takaramba takamirira mabasa, and we are only thinking that I must get a job. Maybe a job is not for you. Maybe this opportunity that you are keeping on seeing is something that can actually change your life. And going into today's topic, this is what a lot of people today are probably going to be enlightened about. About taking some personal sacrifices. We spoke about it before, but this is what has caused many great entrepreneurs to actually become great, because they were willing to sacrifice.
What's the one thing when you look back? I mean, you said quite a bit in your intro there, but taking it back to your life, the way you decided, if I don't do this, I'm a one. If you look back, obviously you've made a lot of sacrifices in the past, but there was that one sacrifice that propelled all the other sacrifices to then become easy, maybe, or you don't even think twice about sacrificing one thing for the other. What was that one sacrifice that started it all?
I think for me, remember, I tell the story about when I had twins in 2010.
Yes,
And that time I was earning $300. And the Pampers alone were nearly that amount. I had rentals to pay. My wife was also earning similar to me. Our combined salary, rental, Pampers, milk was gone. It was not logically making sense for quite a long time. I mean, I'd get commissions here and there, but they would dwindle off. But for me, it was a point where I was sick and tired of barely making it, and because it was a very little amount of money. And you know, when I look back now, Becky, it's very difficult to think, what did I do with $300 then? When I look at what I've become now with business, because I don't know how I used to manage that money to actually go through the whole month. I don't know how I used to manage to pay, to buy food,
and still
and all of
sustain
that.
the family.
But this is what's probably happening to majority of people out there.
True.
And then, you know, there's an amazing quote which goes on to say, if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. And for me, back then, I've always wanted the better life. I wasn't the guy who was going to be okay with $300 a month. I wasn't, because of the exposure that I grew up in.
Right.
I used to go to my friends' houses, remember? I used to see them driving nice cars, going on holidays. So already I was impregnated with exposure and the good life.
True.
Being raised in Glenora, but the things I saw provoked me to say, wait, Constance Marimo, who is an amazing businesswoman, who started off in Chitungwiza, who used to work at a boutique, and then she started her own, and now she's living the life. She must have, you know, done something different. And you know, I speak highly of Constance Marimo because she's one person who taught me the art of sacrifice, and taught me that if you don't sacrifice the immediate, if you don't choose your hard now, your future is going to be very difficult.
So for you, the sacrifice that you had to make was, let me leave this job and look for something else, or let me leave this job and become an entrepreneur?
So because of the forums I was going to, because of all these people I was surrounded with, I was getting $300. It didn't make sense. And I was told, listen, do something. And I remember at that time, I told people that I worked for 6 years of my life. I sold paint, I sold phones, I sold cars, I sold a lot of things. But the greatest sacrifice for me, especially when I found my love for what I'm doing now, which is air conditioning, I did not have a university degree, Becky.
I think
majority
your
of
love
people.
is not just air conditioning. Your love is making money.
Yeah.
So if you can sell it, bring it here.
That's right. So for me, because of that skill I got at the University of Zimexmo, the Faculty of Hustle,
Yes, yes.
you know, that's what then propelled me to say, you know what, I must make this work. And that's the thing with people. People have options. This is why they'll never flourish. If you look at all the great entrepreneurs, they are focused. You know our acronym for focus. Follow one course until success. If you look at the majority of successful people, be it in mining, be it in business, be it in telecoms, be it in whatever they do, there are people who are known for what they do because they stuck through to it.
Yeah.
But because people think, if things get hard, I quit and then I do something else. Unfortunately, that's where we fall short and we'll never become what we're supposed to be. So for me, I had no option. I had to make Pro Air work. And, you know, so many people, like I say all the time, there are many people who will tell you, no, it will not work. There are so many air conditioning companies. You are too young. But look, you don't even have education for refrigeration and air conditioning.
Sure.
There will be many people. But then for me, the greatest sacrifice was I needed a better life for my family.
Yeah.
I needed to make it work because with $300, how was I going to take the amazing G's that you see now? Look at them all doing amazing international accomplishments. How would they be going, baby, to swim at the Olympics,
with
to
$300?
travel and do all these things? So the sacrifice that you are failing to do today, you're going to regret. You're going to kick yourself on your own behind and say, I wish. Remember, I said whenever you go to the old people's homes, the greatest regret is, I wish I started earlier. I wish I could have seen the future to say when my job finished, I was going to be stranded for 10 years without a stream of income. I wish at that time when I had disposable income, I could have invested in that piece of land. I could have built my own house and not rented my whole life because the company was paying for it. So the sacrifice that you make, especially here on Hasselwad, we really want to push and empower people to say entrepreneurship is not for other colored people, but it's for you. Starting a side hustle is not for other people, it's also for you, but only if you are willing to be disciplined and to be willing to actually put something down to make it work.
So the definition of sacrifice, it means giving up something you value for the sake of something that is more important.
Yeah.
So yes, you've got this valuable something, but there's something more valuable and more important that you want, right? So you thinking about your family. You're like, my family is valuable to me at this point, but I'm going to sacrifice the little bit that we have right now, the little comfort that we have, for a better, comfortable life. Now, some people will find it difficult to make sacrifices. You've spoken to us here time and again where you're like, stop looking for capital, sell the things that you have and start the business there. You've got a cell phone, sell it, downgrade, get a smaller one, and get the business going. You've got a car, sell it, get a smaller one, and use the balance to get into business. And always selling, exchange something for something better.
Yeah.
Someone is listening now and thinking, I really do want the change, but I'm taking some water.
And you know, Becky, this is, you know, if there's one thing people could really realize, and I emphasize on this, poverty is a state of someone's mind. So Becky, you are where you are today, and all the pulses are where they are today.
Yep.
Because of their state of their mindset. So if you see in your mind that you are not able to do it, and you confess it with your mouth, you can never ever live in that neighborhood that others are living in, drive the car, have that lifestyle, have disposable income. If you can't see it, iwewe pachako wega, there's no way you can have those things. So the greatest battle, I love it in Romans, it says, be ye, do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this is what we're doing every Monday. But the challenge with people's mindsets, Becky, remember this. You grew up all these years of your life living a specific way. You were groomed by your community, your parents, the people you're associated with. And all those people are not people who are well up. They are mediocre, average people. But because you listen to them so much, they conformed you to saying, no, you cannot fly. You cannot. It's impossible. You cannot start a business. Not you. You from Glenora. No, you cannot. But when you associate deliberately with egos, with people who have done it, you will reprogram your mindset.
Yeah.
I love what our phones do. They are always updating their software.
Right.
If we as people fail to update our mental software, to empower ourselves to say, it is possible if he did it, if she did it, surely I can. But the most damaging thing to people out there is that they don't like change. And change is updating your software to actually saying, wait, you don't have to rely on an 8-to-5 job. You can actually start a business. And majority of people don't understand the benefits of having a far more higher disposable income. And this is why they rely on the job. There's nothing wrong with the job.
All right.
Remember, I've been there for 6 years. But I can tell you the other side where I am now. All those people who have businesses will tell you they don't have to wait for month end to be able to get specific things done.
Yeah.
Because their business is able to do abundantly more. But majority of people, because their parents worked, their great-grandfather worked, they are in that mindset. And wakatambira that money that you get, that's it.
Then you wait for next
Or
month.
you rent for 25, 30 years, and that's your life. But it is not. And that mindset needs to be changed.
0719-100-404. 10 minutes to 1 o'clock. Uncle Billy in the building. We're talking all things sacrifice. What about giving up valuable things like personal time, social activities and stuff to get the things that you want?
Do you know, Becky, I've said this before, and I've said, I think one of the greatest things I've managed to do, even time-wise, when you choose a path less traveled called entrepreneurship, or you want to become an ego. Now let me tell you this, there's specific things that you used to do that you can no longer do.
Yeah.
And that's a sacrifice. There are people who go to the gym who want to have a six-pack, lose some weight, etc. The greatest sacrifice you need to do is passing by that donut shop, that fast food outlet, that sweet shop, and you have to pass by. Usually if it was you, you'd get in there.
Yes.
But you are knowing the result that you want after 6 months or a year.
There's no way you'll get it.
So you'll be able to attest and testify that for a year straight, I went without going to the club, I didn't spend unnecessarily, and I really truly invested in my business. And after a year, you are definitely seeing tangible results. Now I tell people all the time, Becky, you and Norma definitely have gotten in touch with some money this year, correct?
Yep, absolutely.
And money is a seed, right? To a poor person, those who are passing of opportunities regularly, whenever they get money, the first thing that comes to their mind is what? Consume,
Chop it.
spend.
Chop the money.
So
chop
money
life.
is a seed. And those who are wise, whenever they get money, they understand that there's some money that I need to plant back to make me more money. If money comes to you month end and after the first week it's gone, there's something wrong with your lifestyle because you're a consumer. You are not somebody who is planting and going to harvest something from the money that you're making. So if all the money you ever get, and all of us have been in touch with money, which is seed to me. All of us have seed.
So consumers then make the sacrifice of not spending the money that they get in their hands and make the sacrifice of saying, I'm not going to use this money like I normally do. I'm going to invest it into something.
That's correct. Becky, remember, poor people are the ones who you see buying all these nice designer things. But if you really look at their lifestyle,
It's not
can
matching.
they afford them?
No.
They can't. But because they want to look the part, they want to appeal rich. Real rich people,
Yeah.
they don't post things when they buy them. But because you, Becky, I know you personally, and I know you love your hair. Immediately, even though you've got plenty, you're going to buy another bag, you're going to buy this, but I know you're wise and you've made very significant investments personally in your life.
Yeah.
But others will remain poor because money came and went. Hakuna munu under the sun who has received money, who has not received money. But the thing is that they've misplaced their money and blown it away.
So
And
money
then
has
after
come
they're
through
done,
to their hands. Money has been passed
everybody listening to us today has had some form of money.
on. No,
but
you
only
touched money this week, yeah? How? Noma, is your microphone working? I think it's on.
I did, eh?
Okay,
I actually
yeah.
did. I did.
Okay.
It's so
And
sad. Yeah.
it said, George is
I
speaking
have
to
a
you.
poverty mindset at this point. I don't need to be too now. I need to change. I need to be a better human being.
You need to be
Because
great.
I did touch money, hey?
And you did what?
A
with
lot
it?
of it actually.
Like honestly, because the weekend we had was an eye-opening weekend. We sat down with one of your mentees, and I think she mentioned your name like what 4 times
Yeah, a couple of times.
in the whole discussion. So I'm watching, like the people whom you've mentored, what they've said and everything. And I can see Norma is in that same boat right now. She's listening to you and she's marking herself.
I am.
So with the way you were just honest right now that yes, money did come through, but I don't know what I did with it. This is the moment where you're like, George, what do I do?
Yeah, this is like a season of awakening for me. And then realizing a lot of things that I did that were not even necessary. Finding yourself, sometimes you even find yourself in debt. It's not even necessary, things that you could avoid. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
But when
Let me shake your hand. Yeah, thank you.
but when the money comes, it's very unfortunate that when people have money, they don't want to be told what to do.
Oh no, it's my money.
They actually turn off this program now and say, no, I don't need to listen to this
Yes.
because I have financial intelligence.
Yes.
I am financially literate.
But
But when the money is diminished, they will be back saying,
be back.
no, what George is saying is true.
Yeah.
For sure, I had $10,000, and only when I had 500 left, that's when I started thinking clearly. Because everywhere you were going, don't worry, I'll pay the bill.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got this.
That's me.
I got
That's
this.
me.
That's
Yo.
you.
Ah, shame. I need help.
But this is why, and Becky, it's amazing how association, which is the thing I talk about, when you hang around with rich people, even though they can pay the whole bill, you'll see they'll even, it's crazy, but it shows you that's discipline.
Yeah.
I can pay for everybody, but I don't have to show that power to show that I have money.
Yes,
It's discipline. But you, who doesn't have money, you want to pay for everyone.
Like, nah, don't worry, I got
At
this.
home, if you open your fridge,
There's water. There's containers of water
there are
only.
cool cold drink. There's drink which now contains water, not mineral water. There are those you people listening know what I mean.
Yes.
It's not mineral water bottle, but
Yes.
those are the
But it contains water.
But that's the mindset of people who don't want to sacrifice the immediate.
Yeah.
Because same thing with farmers. They put that seed down in the ground. They water it. You'll see the ground and you say, pana, nothing. But others who keep their seed in their pocket are going to diminish it. But remember, one seed cob makes how many after the maize cob is done? But that's a 6-9 month period where they then harvest. And then you are envious of them when they are harvesting. But remember, at one point in time, you both had the same amount of seed. But those who were willing to sacrifice, you looked good in the immediate, right?
Come on.
But then later on, when they harvested, they had enough seed to give you and to plant for 10 more seasons. But
And
you
yours is
enjoyed
done.
and you lost
For that moment.
because of lack of understanding the power of sacrifice.
Nathaniel from Denview 7 says, as for me, I devoted my time learning, at least kuziva anything related to personal growth. Inini zvangu reduce a number of friends. Now I have a small circle, but vanhu ivavo vane vision and they are helping me a lot.
I love that. That's the power of association. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
This one says, Uncle Billy back with shots.
And we won't stop. And Becky, if people really take this show as one just of consuming, being motivated, and actually not taking any tangible things out of it and taking action, 5 years down the line, I'm happy you're with one of my mentees and you were hearing what mentorship
Absolutely
does.
amazing. Absolutely
And
amazing.
sometimes people listen to this show, They think, it's just the same thing. He's just saying tickling words to our ears.
Yeah.
He wants to teach us entrepreneurship because he's been successful. But there's certain things that we teach on this program that if you actually apply, will change your life. And that's the difference with people who are listening.
True.
They are hearers and then they are doers. You are either one or the other.
Absolutely.
So this will tickle you or it will provoke you to act. And remember our 48-hour rule. Becky, we've been on this show nearly 3 years.
Nearly 3 years. If you don't do it within 48 hours, it's going to get out of the ear, out of your mind, out of your spirit. You won't even care about it. By day 3, you won't care.
Yeah, back to factory setting.
You've spoken about mentorship, sacrificing your time, sacrificing your money sometimes to take the person that you are looking up to for lunch. You've seen someone and you want to learn how they're doing things. Ask the right questions. Know what to ask. And take this person for lunch. So that's what I did with the girls on Friday.
Wow.
We located this young lady. We had no idea she was your mentee by that time. But she came through and she was a guest on one of our segments, She Diaries. And as she was telling her story, we were like, so how did this business start? And she's like, George Billionaire. We were like, what? So by the time she left, I said to the girls, if you don't grab this young lady right now, take her for lunch. Okay, listen, I'll pay for the lunch. Let's take her for lunch. Ask questions. And she poured out. She was just throwing gems and when she was talking about her story, how she got into business, how you sacrificed, and you know, so this topic of sacrificing is widespread because you as the person who's trying to teach someone, you're also sacrificing your time to teach someone, and the one who is learning, you're sacrificing your time to learn. So it was a good experience, and we just want to say thank you, George. Continue helping people out there. For those of you who just tuned in, we were talking to George Billionaire on Hustle Hard, and the topic was making a sacrifice in business. If you missed the talk, you can always catch it on our Facebook, Capi Talk FM ZW. It is 1 o'clock on Capi Talk. Stand by for the news. When we come back, all things soundtrack, all things respond as lots of fun, lots of music, and lots of talk. Keep it locked on Capi Talk.